I like disassembling the chicken. I feel like a king of old when I rip off the legs and I'm eating them on my couch. That's nice.
The reason I haven't eaten out in so long, like for lunch like that, is the calories. I don't know if it's an age or maybe it's just how I'm wired. I'm in a constant battle to stay thin. Like every meal, all day, all the time. I think my natural like happy place is just a little bit fatter.
I mean, you're in a good spot. You're a guy. Yeah.
I was in the gym today and I flexed in the mirror and I was like, you could take pictures for Twitter if you want.
Do it. I'll retweet it. You jacked?
You should talk to Derek. I'm sure he could get you some stuff. I sent him a message the other day. A third party was interested in some stuff, and I sent Derek a message. He hits me back with like 8 paragraphs of information. He's always down to get somebody juiced up, jacked up. Loves it.
He wants to see big juicy boys.
He loves it.
Yep.
I can't wait until you take the plunge. Like you're reaching your mid-30s here, so like it's time. it's time.
What are you talking about? I just turned 23.
I think he's talking to me. But...
No,
are you talking to Taylor?
I actually was.
That's why it was so funny. Me reaching my mid-30s.
I mean, both.
Stop laughing.
But both of you though, because like you're.
I'll end up doing it eventually.
You're both fit already and strong already. So the introduction of some exogenous hormones is just going to make you explode with production and gains. It's going to be wild.
To me, Taylor doesn't need bigger muscles. He already has that. Semi-glutides would convert him to a Tinder machine.
No.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm decently muscled. I just have an enormous amount of fat.
But your muscles will become hard like steel. They'll become more dense. Like you won't be able to push your muscles in. Like you'll flex and you'll take your other thumb and you'll be like, I can't even make a dent. It's like hardwood.
I'm made
of mahogany.
Ooh, I like that.
It's one of the softer hardwoods. Don't get walnut or actually it's about the same.
It costs less than your Chipotle too.
You want to be maple, Taylor.
Maybe I'll get huge.
Much harder than mahogany. Mahogany's soft.
You'd be bench pressing 400 pounds in 6 months.
You think so?
I know so.
You'd get injured.
I'd try it.
No,
he'd need his muscles would get stronger than his tendons.
I hit 335 naturally.
Yeah, touche.
Well, so rapidly get powerful.
Oh, you're only 21.
I mean, dude, but like, what's gonna happen? Like, I'm finally gonna be able to buy beer. Like, I'm getting into cigarettes. So that's a new thing for me.
Yeah.
I'll do it at some point. I'll get gross level shredded. That sounds fun.
I mean, it'll be really interesting when you go on a little bit of testosterone and suddenly like you're a wider human being. Doors don't fit you as well anymore.
Hell yeah.
What if
I become even more right wing?
You will.
I'm on testosterone.
You're like, you know what? Before I didn't like abortion. Now I fucking hate it. You're gonna be one of those guys intimidating.
I'm pouring
women
with stuffing the towel in as I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bomb an abortion clinic.
Oh, don't do that. Don't turn into a domestic terrorist or anything.
No, I wouldn't do that. But who knows what the tea will do to me?
I mean, it won't do that. I promise. It won't turn you into a domestic terrorist. But it will make you like super juicy, and it'll make you be able to lift like lots and lots of plates. How many plates is 400 pounds?
Well,
4.
3.
Right? 305 is a thing.
315 is 3 plates.
That's 4 on each side.
And so 4 plates would be 405, right?
Yeah, that's 4 plates on each side, dude. You know what that
would look so
like?
Cool. You know, dude,
that would look sick.
I don't think I do any weights where the bar really bends. But if the bar had a bend to it, that would be dope.
405 will bend that bar.
Oh yeah, 405 on a bar. You got a little bend in there for sure.
As you're pressing it up, you'll watch the bar not be able to keep up and the weight bend around you.
You need to start benching with a deadlift bar so it's extra flex.
a bamboo bar.
I've seen those. Yeah. Those bendy bars.
Those are pretty cool.
Deadlift bars are bendier, and when they pull them, they start to like it helps them sort of yank it off the ground more gradually.
Yeah, I think they call it like whippiness, like a whippier bar.
That doesn't play a role into any of my lifts. Yeah, every bar is stiff to me. I wouldn't be surprised. Taylor, what do you bench? Is it the high 2s? Do you break 3?
In the past, I could do 335, 5x5.
335, 5 reps, 5 sets.
That was my absolute peak.
Good.
And God. I was way heavier than I am now. Like that was when I was in the midst of like being fat as hell, but also being like, I'm stronger than I've ever been. I'm not totally not fit. Meanwhile, like walking uphill.
Speaking of that, have you seen Can Crusher? I think Can Crusher's like continued like to lose weight.
He's
slowly
killing
over time.
It, dude.
And like this is the guy who was like when we first met him, he was doing dips with like I don't know 120 pounds on him or something. He's doing like 120-pound dips, and he already weighs like 250 or something. And he is just a monster of a human being. He had those pictures of him at the Renaissance Festival. Yeah, it's like, dude, you look like a barbarian. You look like a goddamn Viking or something. He's so scary.
He does. He's like as broad as a doorway.
In the zombie apocalypse, God, I'd be so quick to scoop him up. Like if we're doing kickball rules and we're getting to pick who we want on our team for the apocalypse, I would hate to have to look across the like imagine my squad and your squad like show up at the same grocery store and we're fighting over the last can of creamed corn and you've got Can Crusher on your side. Dude, we're turning around and going somewhere else.
Oh, you got to run. He looks like the kind of like big Scotsman that would have been behind Mel Gibson in Braveheart.
Yeah,
before that
he looks
charge.
like he'd do that
Just
sport where you like
man.
Where you heave the stones. That the one of those Scottish.
I'm going in the other direction.
Yeah,
I'm going to recruit a bunch of 115-pound women that can be traded for creamed corn.
Can Crusher will crush you and take them.
Now they whole advice.
Thank you for the women, little man.
I can't win at chess.
He has like enormous guy confidence where like in the hangout someone will be like, you're just a fat fuck, like you retard, and he'll be like, okay, and like drink his like protein shake or whatever, like just doesn't care because he's a monster man who knows that if he were to in person meet any of these other people ripping on him, like
they would be his concubines.
They would be his concubines. He would, dude, can you imagine if Dirty and Can Crusher in real life got in an altercation? Dude, Can Crusher could pull his head off like it was taffy.
I'd like to imagine Dirty would be David with a sling. Like
I'm picturing more the Mountain against Oberyn.
Except in this version, it's even more brutal.
Right? I wonder if Can Crusher could crush a human skull. We call him Can Crusher, by the way, audience, because he long ago, like I saw somebody crush a can on the internet, like a soup can with one hand, and so it became like a feat of strength that we would do in the hangouts. And this guy could crush him like nobody else. Like a few of us could make him leak or make him like dent severely, and he's just like, boom! Like they're just exploding in his hands.
He like got tomato sauce all over himself on camera because he squeezed a tomato paste can so hard it exploded.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you know how strong you have to be to explode a tomato paste can? Not a leak, an explosion. It's a crazy amount of strength.
Zach's saying 1,100 pounds of pressure to crush a skull. Now, PSI's pounds of force are weird to calculate. I did see, those grip trainers. You hold with one hand, you squeeze, it gives you digital readout. Like I think strong men usually are in like the low hundreds, or like UFC fighters. I think most of them were in like 140s, 150s, like
higher than that.
150s. What?
Squeeze strength, just grip strength.
I can close my 200.
That's not a unit of measurement I'm familiar with.
Pounds of force is what I assumed it was.
I can close my 200 one without that much trouble. So these guys would.
You need the digital one that like everybody uses on the internet. Like it's kind of a TikTok thing. Like people will be on the street and they'll be like, if you can get 100 pounds, you get this or blah blah blah. And sometimes they'll take it to like a whole football team. They'll have the whole roster squeeze it to see who's got the strongest grip strength.
Punching thing, you punch it, and Francis Ngannou's amazing, or some people kick it.
Herrera's the highest recently.
Interesting. Are those things well calibrated? Do they make sense? Are they an accurate punch measure device? Secondly, if you punch one and I punch the other, are those results like reliably comparable?
No idea.
I don't think so. It seems more like a Dave and Buster's machine than it does like a real measure.
But some of these fighters seem to care about it. I don't know. Oh, you guys want to rap?
Yeah.
All right. What songs you know?
What
rap songs do you
I was thinking about Trial Time by Mr. Biggs.
Right.
I started selling dope back in 1986. On a Cadillac and put some things on that bitch. The brains blowed out with the white leather seats. They be scheming for that butter, cause that other shit is weak.
All right, Kyle, you killed it. PKA 728. I'm so glad you did that.